William Morrow and HarperAudio present The Royal Nanny, a novel by Karen Harper, read by Melanie Crawley. Names and titles of main British royal characters. A note on the royals and their names. Although it can be confusing, the names given to the royal children of Queen Victoria, King Edward VII and King George V at their christenings were often different from the names used by their families. This was a family who loved nicknames, and to make things even more confusing, when ascending to the throne, they could choose a new name. Hopefully, the following will make navigating the royal family tree a bit easier. Queen Victoria, called Gangan by the York children. Edward, Prince of Wales, later King Edward VII, son of Queen Victoria. His birth name was Albert Edward, and his family nickname was Bertie. Father of George, Duke of York, and grandfather, or grandpapa, to the York children. Alexandra of Denmark, Princess of Wales, mother, or mother dearest, of George, Duke of York, and grandmother, or granny, of the York children. George, Duke of York, son of Edward and Alexandra, later King George V. May of Teck, Duchess of York, later Princess of Wales, later Queen Mary. Mother of 6 York children. David, Prince of Wales, full name Edward Albert Christian George Andrew Patrick David, later King Edward VIII, later Duke of Windsor. Bertie, another one, second son of King George and Queen Mary, full name Albert Frederick Arthur George. He later took the name King George VI and was father of Queen Elizabeth II. Mary, only daughter of King George and Queen Mary, full name Victoria Alexandra Alice Mary. Harry, 4th child of King George and Queen Mary, later the Duke of Gloucester, full name Henry William Frederick Albert. George, 5th child of King George and Queen Mary, later the Duke of Kent. Known as George as a child, he is sometimes confused with his brother George VI. Full name George Edward Alexander Edmund. John, or Johnny, last child of King George and Queen Mary. Full name John Charles Francis. Were they running out of 4th names at this time? Of course, the heir to the throne has 7 given names. Prologue. Monday, April the 6th, 1959. Sandringham Estate, Norfolk, England. Here comes trouble, I said, aloud, instead of just thinking it to myself as in the old days. Indeed, here came one of my dear loves, and my worst failure. I opened the door and waited for him to exit the chauffeured Daimler. My life had been plumb full of Breaking Bad habits and others, but I'd never been able to really calm or control him. There was one thing I could never forgive him for, though I'd tried, and it wasn't his continued smoking. I watched as he took a big drag of his cigarette, then ground the stub under the toe of his shiny shoe. Good gracious, I wished this estate where he'd been reared would comfort him rather than make him more nervous. As he came up the walk of my small Grace and Favour flat, I glanced over my shoulder at Johnny's portrait. Oh, I'd hear about that again, though I'd removed my precious framed handwritten note and the agate statue of the grouse from the mantel. Queer how childhoods could make or break the best and worst of us. Even my 2 kings. I swung open the door, but felt I was opening the past again. The pain, the fear, oh, of course the good and high times too. Everything rushed at me as if I were coming here
Sample complete. Ready to continue?